What's up? How you doing? Very hot today. Very hot. Dry heat. It almost feels like you're surrounded by dryness. That's what it feels like. See what's going on here today. Quiet. It's very quiet. When I was little, I wanted a mini bike, a go-kart. This would have been the perfect place. Nice mini bike. I'm too big for a mini bike now, but even one of those Yamaha, or some people say Yamaha, dirt bikes, Suzuki dirt bike, perfect right here. Even a horse. Nice mule too. Mule. I'd get a mule, come out here. So this is one of the last places, one of the top 5 last places you'd want to break down and get a flat tire. Anything. Run out of gas. Although with the gas, I am very careful with gas when I come out to places like this. I always fill up just before I enter the desert. Always get a full tank of gas. I don't want to take a chance. I want to have a good, 350, 400 mile range, just in case something happens. And very proud of the fact that I have not run out of gas since I've known my wife. And I'll tell you why. Because the hassle of running out of gas is nowhere near the hassle you're going to go through if you have your wife or my wife in the car at the same time that you run out of gas. That's a lot worse. So I make sure I'm always full of gas, because just listening to that, nagging about, you let the gas empty, that right there is probably like 80 times worse than running out of gas in a place like this. So I have not run out of gas in a long time, decades. But before that, I used to run out of gas all the time. All the time. I'd look at the needle, and it would be on E, and I always thought, hey, you got a little bit more to go. And then I would feel that loss of power, and I would say to myself, you ran out of gas. And it's never in a good location, like at a gas station. I would run out of gas in the worst places. I run out of gas on the highway, where I had to walk quite a few miles back and forth. I run out of gas on a busy street where behind me was like traffic, and I ran out of gas there. I ran out of gas at a rotary. One time I almost ran out of gas in the mountains of Utah. The needle on my car was on E. It was nighttime. It was probably like 1 a.m. in the morning, and I was on E for a while. I couldn't find a gas station, and I was on this lonely road going up the mountain, and I had no choice. I couldn't stop. The road wasn't wide enough, but I had the gas. It was on E, but I didn't want to stop for no reason. And I kept going, and I said to myself, what are the odds of, and this is before iPhones, so I couldn't type in gas station. It would say there's a gas station up there. So I was kind of going blindly on this. And I kept going, and it was no moon out. It was pitch black. And I kept thinking, I've been on E now for many, many miles. I was expecting just to stall and block one of the lanes on the road, because there was no shoulder. And that night I kept going, and meantime, when you're going uphill, that kind of steepness, you're burning much more fuel than when you're on a straight road. So, which is obvious. But anyway, so to make a short story longer, I get to the top, and there's a place where they do camping up there, and there's a gas station. I see Mobil, but it was closed. I didn't care, so I parked the car on the side, and I saw a sign that said open at 7 a.m. and I said, well, got like 5.5, 6 hours of waiting, but I'd rather wait here than be broken down somewhere, you know, on a side road. So you know, got the radio going a little bit, and I'm walking up and down that area, and then further up I noticed public restrooms. So I went there, I used the facilities, came back out. A few more minutes go by, and a truck pulls in, looks at me, rolls down the window, and he says, you out of gas? I said, I'm out of gas. He gets out of the truck, pulls out his keys. He was the owner, opens up the door, and he put the pumps on for me. Now back then it was 99 cents a gallon. I would fill up with 15 bucks, and I was so happy. Such a good guy, this guy. I mean, he could have just kept going, could have said, with the hassle, I'm going to stop here and give him gas, let him wait. But he went inside, he turned off the alarm, he turned on the lights for me, the pumps, and I got my 15 bucks. I gave him a 20. As the song says, I said, keep the change. And, you know, very few people like that. You know, most people would have seen you and they would have been like, I'm not going to hassle with that. And here he is, the owner, coincidentally, happened to be driving by, pulls in, asks me if I need gas. I say yes. He turns on the whole system. I get the gas, and I'm on my way. Otherwise, I would have stayed there for hours. But that's where it was, in Utah. And since that time, man, my feet on this sand, even though I'm wearing shoes, I feel like I'm frying them in baby oil. But anyway, I've tried to look up that location many times on Google Earth, and I can't find it. I don't remember which mountain area that was. But I remember I was on the highway, and I saw this road. It said mountain, and I said, I'm going to go up there, check it out, since I'm here. I kept going and going, and then the needle, where it was on a quarter, all of a sudden started going down quickly on me until I had no gas. And probably when I ended up filling my tank, based on the amount of gas it took, I think I had like a pint, if that. You know, it was like totally empty. It says 15 gallons. I put 15 in there. So I was like on fumes. But good memory. Good memory. But I've run out of gas many times, countless times. I mean, if I kept track, I could probably count the times, but it's an expression. But just many times. I ran out of gas in rough neighborhoods. I've run out of gas in, you know, places where I had to walk quite a few miles to get to a gas station. I've run out of miles, like I said, blocking traffic. I ran out of gas one time. I ran out of gas at a place where it was a bit of a, you know, incline, and I was blocking an intersection, and I don't know where I found the horsepower. I must have had lentils that day, but I was able to push the vehicle out of the intersection and onto the side road. Well, yeah, like I said, since I've known my wife, I have run out of gas 0 times. 0 times. And I hope I never run out of gas, because not only is it a hassle to hear somebody telling you, how could you run out of gas? But it's also a hassle to have to walk now many miles just to bring some gas back to your car. Big inconvenience. So like I just mentioned, I have shoes on, and the sand is so hot that my feet inside, they feel like they're on fire. I watch videos where people make Greek coffee using sand and heating it up, and they say it makes the best coffee. this was a bit hotter here, I could make Greek coffee using this sand here. And this is the kind of sand like at the beach. Very fine sand. I had a teacher many years ago, English teacher, and he would say a word to the wise, and then he would give you some advice. But before he would give you the advice, he would say a word to the wise. They would say, well, if you're wise, you really don't need to hear this. So, but anyway, he would give you the advice anyway. And I have a word to the wise. If you have somebody in your life who you kind of don't get along with, and then all of a sudden, let's say you haven't talked to them in years, all of a sudden they reach out to you and they're like, hey, what's up? Hey, you want to go? And they recommend a place, you want to go somewhere, they recommend a place like this. They may be thinking of killing you. And so if you say yes, bring a weapon just in case, or don't go. But if they want to out of the blue bring you to a place like this, they may want to kill you and put you in a shallow grave over here. So never do that. Do not go. Because if somebody kills you here and buries you, nobody's going to find you. Nobody. Not even a bloodhound. Bloodhound would be like, yeah, it's too hot there, I'm not going. It's very hot. They'd probably plant the tree on top of you and nobody would even think to look there.